Have you ever asked yourself, what is the best use of my time? This is a really good question that you should ask yourself at least maybe weekly, as for sure every month, and sometimes maybe daily depending on how many things get thrown at you. And I want you to think about this question, and I want you to be honest and maybe even write down your answer on a piece of paper so you could actually visually see it. But I really want you to consider and think about what is the best use of my time and how that relates to prioritizing goals, prioritizing tasks. So today I want to talk about how you can decide what is the number one priority when it comes to daily tasks. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. So when it comes to deciding what is the number one priority with regard to tasks for the day, it can be a challenge. I know it, because there's so many things that come across your plate on a daily basis, whether it's phone calls, emails, maybe some project information that's come through, but really your focus, I almost kind of want to say your number one focus should be really strategic, thinking about strategic sessions, thinking about strategic things that are going to impact your business, your department. And when it comes to thinking strategically, understanding where your focus should be with regard to priorities is a key part of that. And I want to share with you 4 simple tips, and I try to make everything kind of real simple because I like simple. I like the KISS method. I don't like anything complicated, because if it's complicated, I'm probably not going to do it, to be honest. So hopefully these 4 tips are going to help you be able to decide better where your number one priority should be. And the first is, I want you to write down or create a master list. And that master list should include everything that you've got that needs to be accomplished. And it can be something that's not even today. It could be something next week, next month. So create that master list. And then once you create that master list, which actually, let me tell you, you can put this in an Excel spreadsheet, in a Word document. If you got a project that you have that project software, that project management software, utilize that. If you're a visual learner like me, I like a whiteboard. I like to stick everything up on a whiteboard, and that way I'm actually seeing it. And you can put this in a community space as well, where everybody else walking by sees those tasks and those goals that they should have. And it's also top of mind when you do this. It's not, oh yeah, I forgot, because no one can keep everything in their brain. It's physically impossible. You cannot keep it all. Something is gonna be missed, or you're gonna drop the ball. So write everything down, and then once you've written them all down, all the tasks, then you can break them up into whether it's a monthly goal, a weekly goal, or a daily goal. So once you've identified all that, then we're going to move into the second step that you can take to help you decide what is your number one priority. And that is to create out of that list of daily tasks. Remember, we identified monthly, weekly, and daily. So out of your daily tasks, I want you to identify what must be done today. So it's your must-do list. And then I want you to create a should-do list. Now, in your must-do list, those are things that have to be done today. No ifs, ands, buts, or ors about it. You've made a commitment to yourself, or you've made a commitment to a team member or a colleague. The point is, you've made a commitment. And I want you to honor that commitment, because that comes back to trust. And your people have to trust you, that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. So once you have made that list of must-dos, then anything that's not on the must-do list goes to the should-do list. And the should-do can be anything that can be done maybe tomorrow, later in the week, or even next week. All right? So we're only going to focus, when it comes to priorities, we're only going to focus on what must be done today. And if you actually complete everything on your must-do list, I kind of like to keep it at around 6 items, just because it's easier to manage. And it also makes you not feel as overwhelmed and stressed, because then it's really a challenge. It's then sometimes you just that procrastination comes in when you don't kind of know where to start because you've got so many things on your plate. So when it comes to the should do list, only pull things from that once you have completed everything on your priority list. All right. Now, move it into step 3, and that is really identifying the true, what your true priorities are, and then I want you to rank those. So when it comes to those daily tasks that you just did on your must-do list, I want you to rank those daily tasks by its true priority. Once you have identified what those priorities are, I don't want you to start the next task until that one is done. And again, try to keep it to no more than 6, so you are not feeling overwhelmed. And if you have a ton of things on your priority list, it becomes a challenge of where to focus. And with regard to this video, I want you to be laser focused. Now, some of you might be saying, well, Dr. Heather, I don't know what my true priorities are. So I'm going to help you with this one too. Step 4 is a technique that Brian Tracy uses, and it is the ABCDE method. And I kind of like this method because now I want you to go through all those daily tasks. This is just another way to help you prioritize. Go through all those daily tasks, and I want you to give them a priority letter of A, B, C, D, or E. And the A is the highest. Obviously, E is the lowest level of priority. So once you have given all your tasks a letter of A, B, C, D, or E, then I want you to go back and look at all your A's. All right, everything that you identified as a really high priority, now I want you to go and put a number beside everything that starts with an A. And that number is going to represent the order in which you're going to start doing it. All right, the order in which you're going to start doing that task. So it's going to be A1, A2, A3, A4, so on. And then I want you to repeat and rinse with every single one of the other letters. So the B category will be B1, B2, B3, B4. See what I'm getting at? So basically, when you feel like you have multiple levels of priorities or multiple priorities, this is the way to kind of differentiate between what's a priority, maybe what's not. It helps with clarity. It really does, because sometimes when you lay it all out and then assign a level of priority, you'll see that, hey, it's not as important as, maybe this follow-up call with this particular client. Okay, so hopefully this is really helpful. The one thing I also want you to consider is time. And what I mean by that is every task has a time commitment to it. And sometimes we are overly optimistic in what we can accomplish. And I don't want that to happen to you, because I want you to be able to mark everything off your list every single day. So when it comes to time, I want you to be realistic. And maybe for those of you that are overly optimistic, maybe add an extra 15 or 30 minutes. You need to kind of grasp how much a task is going to take. Obviously, phone calls, pretty quick. But maybe writing a report on a department's revenue and how it's projected for the next year, that might take a little longer. All right? So hopefully this is really helpful for you. It's going to help you prioritize where your attention should be, and you can utilize these methods in what you're doing on a daily basis. I'd love to get your feedback on this. Tell me what's working and maybe even what's not, and we can, I'd be happy to help you there as well. So hopefully you found some value in this. If you did, please like the button below, and don't forget to subscribe, especially if you want to get more videos like this that are going to help you with regards to leadership and leading teams to higher levels of productivity. All right. So now I want you to go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. All right? Bye, guys.